All right, we are going live. Well, everybody, it's the Photo Booth Magazine, the most inconsistent live stream podcast, whatever you want to call it, but that's what we do and we like it. Can't tell us what to do. It's the night before Halloween. It is, um, what do they call that? The night before Halloween, Fool's Night or
Devil's Night.
Devil's Night, right? There's something else where you go on Mischief Night. That's what
Mischief
it is.
Night. That's another one.
Mischief Night, and I used to take part in Mischief Night, and we're gonna have some mischief a little bit tonight. Dave Stevenson's hopefully gonna join us tonight. When he does, we'll bring him on. But in the meantime, we got my buddy Simeon. How are you?
I'm good. How about yourself?
Doing good, man. We knew each other from Facebook, like groups and chats for the
hmm
longest time, and I finally got to meet you in Chicago. What was it, May or June? It was in June.
June.
Yeah,
June at Marquee.
yeah, Marquee, June. It was a kind of a cool show. It was more intimate and not a huge show, but I think for an educational and kind of like getting to know people, it was very valuable. And that's why you and I got to chat a whole lot.
Yeah.
And just said, hey, we'll have you come on the show at some point. And finally, months later, we've got you on.
Yeah. It takes time. It was June. It's the start of our busy season. So,
Yeah.
now we're heading into holiday season. So it
Hmm.
kind of slows down with weddings and all that stuff. But yeah, I'm glad to be on. I had a great time at Marquee. It's definitely small, but not too small. It's bigger than others, but smaller than others as well. I think it's at that happy medium where you'll still be able to talk to all your vendors and learn a lot, but then you also have an opportunity to chat like you and I did.
Yeah. What I really liked about it was, and for those who haven't gone to any of the shows yet, this is where it separates from just going to the show to take a look at photo booth equipment or DJ equipment, um, and it's just really, really, really cool. And Dave right now is trying to message me via Facebook. He can't join in. So Dave, if you're watching, you can get on. That's great. If not, reboot your computer or something. Figure it out. But we're in the stream. But like I was saying, it's like you go to see equipment, or you go to see not Facebook stuff, but DJ stuff. But really, it's where, hey, there's Dave.
I was
So,
in the wrong studio. Sorry, guys.
oh, we're in Studio 54 tonight.
That sounds good.
And we're just talking about how the Marquee show, where Simeon and I finally got acquainted with one another, and the difference between going to a show and expecting to look at just equipment, and whether it be photo with the DJ stuff or photography or whatever, but really attending the little sessions, the seminars, and breakout rooms. Like the panels, I think are so valuable because it's not just everybody sitting in the crowd and being yelled at
Yeah,
or
talk to instead of
talk to, but we
learning.
also like share ideas. So if you haven't been to any conference whatsoever, and you are planning to do one, make sure that you're going to these like the smaller groups are probably the most powerful ones, right? So, but Simeon, for everybody here, tell us a little bit about yourself so we know that everybody's going to understand who you are, where you live, what you do, all that kind of good
Yeah.
stuff.
So obviously, my name's Simeon. Out of Metro Detroit in Michigan. I've been doing, I would say, photo booths for about 12 years now, and DJing for over 20 years. So I've been in the business for quite a while. Uh, Started to realize I was kind of stagnant and wanted to really become a top tier. I had the experience, I just didn't know how to get there, and fell into some YouTube channels. From YouTube channels, I fell into, hey, there are DJ conventions. And from there, I grew the business into something I never thought I'd be able to actually do. And I've been doing this now full time for this will be my second year.
So no, so this is full time. You don't have another job.
That's it.
Wow, that's wonderful. I wish I could say that. I can't do it. I mean, I love my full time job so much, That I could do the full time, just the photo booth and the DJ stuff, but I love my full time job. I'm so passionate about it, but not everybody's that fortunate to find something they're so passionate about. So you did.
Very true.
This is your passion. This is
Yeah.
what you want to do, and you love it inside and out. And it comes through. Like when we talk, you're just full of just not yourself, but full of so much knowledge and ideas, and you're open to stuff. So that's what I really liked when we sat down and chatted. So it's full time for you. Are you? Do you have any staff?
For my photo booths, yes, I have people that run them for me when needed. Obviously, we can do stations where it's unmanned. Other than that, once in a while, I'll bring a roadie with me if I need someone to help set up or tear down. But other than that, it's honestly just me. I'm in the process now of possibly going multi-op eventually. That's the short-term goal, I guess you could say, is to start looking towards the future of what this company is gonna be. Once I hit a certain age, obviously I'm not going to be able to do as much as I used to. So I would like to hopefully bring in the next generation and hopefully bring them up to the same tier.
So what are you doing to kind of prep yourself to try to go multi-op? Like, what are the things that you're looking at right now, researching or building up to?
Well, first I started with a name change. We used to be DJ Slim's Mobile Entertainment, so it was really focused on myself and one person. I did the name change back in 2020 when everything shut down. I realized, hey, this is an opportunity to rebrand. And so I rebranded to BPM Entertainment, industry term BPM, but also my parents' initials who helped me get started, which was kind of like a nice little thing right there. Rebranded, started using wording as us and we instead of me. And so that kind of laid the groundwork for going that route. So now it's been a few years now. I've sent other DJs as white labels for events, but I really do want now to head towards that, looking for the young guns out there that are looking to grow and looking to really make a name for themselves and bring them on board and show them the ropes.
Right. So, but you haven't quite done that on the DJ level yet, right?
Not yet. I have a trust issue.
Oh, yeah.
That's one of the hardest things to get over because you're used to doing it your way. And then as you expand, you're like, well, are they doing it my way? Because I can't really supervise it, you know, and you just got to kind of, I know because I've got quite a bit of staff and that's the most difficult part to get over when you're a single op, you know, morphing into multi-op.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about that, right? So myself, like I've got a couple people, this is the photo booth side, and I've got like one person, one of my bestest friends out there, Dina, who I've trained from the ground up, and she's like gets requested now. That's one person. But Dave, you've got multiple people who are doing DJ work too, or just photo booth?
Mostly on the photo booth side.
But yeah. So and I've got I've got like 2 to 3 people that I can absolutely say, yeah, go out. So what are we looking for? I mean, to get rid of that fear, right? To bring on people, training, obviously, right?
It's putting together training and keeping your systems simple. That's one of the things that I found with staff is them being cross-trained. You know, if you have 50 different systems, it's more tedious and more difficult. But if you standardize on just a few products that they can learn and then understand, so if they're on a backup system, you know, it's still the same as the main system.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that totally makes sense. It's actually why in the past few years I've simplified both my DJ and photo booth setups to all be this as similar as possible. You know, so that if someone picks it up, they're like, "Oh, I already know how to use this. I can get it going." I mean, most of my products right now that I offer are all designed by Danny Max.
Yep.
When it comes to DJ and photo booth. So,
Mhm.
and you know, any of my, I could literally have someone take my Curve Duo and set up in 5 minutes, and they're good to go.
Yeah.
And that would be with anybody. So that was part of the transitional. It's, all right, I need to get rid of all the. I had a Moby booth. I had a original ring roamer. I had I had all these different types of booths.
Mhm.
I had an ATA style photo booth, and now it's like, all right, it's all Danny Max.
Yeah.
We're keeping it simple. I
I
got
know.
the curve, the roamer with the Pro with the camera on it,
Mhm.
with the DSLR camera. So that's it's just all familiar. So it makes it a little easier.
I noticed that I had because I started off like with the Danny Max line, the Curve DSLR, and so my guys were using that for a little while. The couple people I have, and then I migrated everything over to the Curve Duo. Like, oh, it's just like that one in terms of setting up. And yep, exactly. The only thing that's different is just that this one has the iPad in it, and that has a different head. That's it. It's all interchangeable. But yeah, that makes sense. Streamlining the equipment is so important.
Well, and
Um,
it also keeps your brand consistent, which
right.
a lot of people don't realize is, I do have a few different types of booths, but I
Yeah,
have
you
people
do.
that are kind of know the different ones. So the trainees just really they just stay with one of the
Mhm.
systems,
Right.
and then once they're comfortable and I'm comfortable with them,
Uh-huh.
then we move them on to the other ones.
Yeah. Okay. Um, so, you know, training staff, that's something important about equipment. What else? What else are we looking for when we're trying to be multi-op with staff?
Well, finding the right personality, I think, is one thing that we've talked about this many times. Art
Mhm.
is finding the right person for your DJ side or your photo booth side. You need someone who isn't who they're an outgoing personality. You can't have somebody that is shy
Mhm.
and
Reserved.
reserved.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's I think one of the major factors
And we're not
of
asking for
this.
much too. You don't have to be someone
No.
that's jumping up and down and say, hey, look at me. Just someone that can just have an open conversation with, someone waiting in line to get their photo taken. Like, oh, you having a good time? Just a small talk.
Yeah.
That's it. Someone that's and in my interview process, that's one of the things I don't for the first interview, we don't even talk about the systems and things like that. It's just small talk back and forth
Mhm.
on, hey, what are some of the things you like to do? What do you like to do on a weekend? That kind of stuff. And if they're open, if they just say, well, I'd like to just sit at home and play video games, that might not be the person for you. But if you have somebody that says, I like to go out, we like to go hiking, or we like to do, I like to take pictures, that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
Those are people that you probably want to look at a little bit more.
Then you ask them, what kind of pictures are you taking?
Well, sometimes not knowing is a better answer than knowing.
I happen to be a crime scene photographer, and I'm really into it. Good for
You laugh,
Halloween.
but I have met those people. So
Yeah. I have at events, and
Yeah.
we're usually doing like a corporate event or something like that, and they're really just there's like this stare in their face. Like you look at them, there's no emotion whatsoever, but they're really good at taking pictures.
Ooh.
It's true. I've come across it, man.
What I've been starting to look into the local high schools, their music departments and their drama department
Okay.
and their AV department.
Mhm.
I don't remember who brought this up to me. Someone brought it up to if you're really looking to start in multi-op, start looking into your local schools
Okay.
because they're always willing to make that extra cash.
Mhm.
And especially if they're in the AV department,
Oh,
they
yeah.
already have that technical background. The drama club, and everybody that likes it, they're outgoing. They're ready to perform. And then the music department's the same thing. You're looking at band members, choir. They have that showmanship ready to make things happen. So that I would like to go down that route. However, it takes a lot of work, like starting, say, a DJ club at the local high school. Once a week we meet up and I'll bring equipment and whatnot, but that takes time. It takes extra hands, unfortunately. So those little things like that are in the short term goal. I would say in the next year is to start reaching out to the local schools and seeing if there's any interest in possibly, hey, let's start this fun music club or fun photography club.
So there is actually in our area, there's a young lady that she actually does clinics for kids in the area and teaches them how to DJ.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And she's spoken at Atlantic City a couple times.
Yeah, she's a kick-ass DJ.
What's that?
She's a really good DJ.
She's phenomenal, and she does photo booths, but she does showcases with the kids, around Philadelphia, and that's really brought a lot of people that want to learn, the kids. And I'm not talking high schoolers. I'm talking like junior high kids or younger. She started this little thing, just an impromptu at like a local community center, and it's grown. And there's people now, she has instructors that teach them how to beat mix and use key and all that. And the thing is what these kids don't realize is there's math that's involved in this stuff. There's music that's involved in this stuff. So learning that is actually beneficial, for them for school too.
Right.
But it's something so simple that, now she has, when they get a little older, she has some kids that are teenagers that, she actually books and does events, or she'll book, like a community event, and they'll hire her and she'll bring the kids to do sets.
Right. And to carry the equipment.
That's part of learning everything is how to learn to set up and break down the equipment
and pack the van like Tetris.
Well, I mean, a lot of times, it's going to be their mom and dad, loading up the car. But if she's supplying the equipment for the events, the kids just really need to just show up. But they do help set up and they do help break down, because that's part of being a DJ.
And that's one of the things going back to the parents packing up the van is like you find these kids, like even for the photo booth industry, who don't have a car. So now you got to have that question of, well, how are you going to get there?
Yeah.
Sorry, you're interviewing the parents too, right? Like, what kind of car do you have? How reliable is that car? Or I mean,
you got the what do you call it? The curfew too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The curfew. What is a curfew in your area?
I'm pretty sure it's once the lights turn on, the street lights turn on, and I believe it's 17 and up.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, that's definitely something to consider. I have not thought about going the high school route. I mean, I've got my daughter who's just turned 13 and she's starting to learn a little bit, but even I think it's gonna be a couple years before I bring her out to an event, because it's just the kids, they get bored so quickly. Like I see like maybe an hour, and then after that they're like, I'm bored. What am I gonna do? They want to be on the TikTok and the YouTube watching that stuff, and they can't have that.
But see, what you can do, Art, is have them put them in charge, because they do know the TikTok and the Instagram and things like that, is have them go around and record video and take shots for you. Record the people dancing, so there is things that you can have them do to assist, so they're being active and they're interacting with people, just having them go around with the camera and record things. And then if they know, because they're learning this, how to post content and things like that in school nowadays.
Yeah.
Is how to use social media. Obviously, I'm old enough that computers were just coming into play when I went to school, so we'll leave it at that.
Yeah, now most of them are like, "What's a computer?"
Well, you can go to school now to be an influencer, like
exactly. But those are things that if you're hiring younger people, bringing them in steps, finding something that they're interested in. It might be, hey, you're going to learn how to set up the equipment, but to keep you busy throughout the evening, I want you to walk around with the camera and just videotape the people dancing or the people in the photo booth, and just gather content that then you can put out or edit in the future also.
Right.
So, there are ways to kind of keep these people utilized. They, and when you need to use the restroom or whatever, you set up a couple mixes and let them try, if you feel comfortable with them, if they've been doing it for a little bit and they're, they're kind of, so you kind of, if you're bringing them into it easily, in steps, they're more anxious to want to stay, and B, want to learn more. So you got to kind of keep them involved in things that interest them also.
That's a great point, Dave, is turn these people, and that's for anybody really. So whether it's high school kids, whether it's middle school, like whatever age you're bringing in, that you're paying them per hour or per event, whatever it is. And if there's nothing going on, give them something extra to do. And I think that marketing part, right, which is something I wanted to talk about tonight, getting content, because content is what you need to market these days, especially on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and whatever social media platform they're on. That's just great. I know it's something that I want them to do, but I don't actively ask them to do this kind of stuff. So I'm going to start doing that. I'm going to start having them, hey, when there's downtime for some reason going on, and if I'm DJing and I've got somebody in the photo booth area, I need you to take some shots of like my setup and some of the people dancing and stuff like that. And don't forget that, like, you need to get people in the photo booth too, because I'm finding that pictures itself are great to have, but video is so much more powerful when it comes to marketing, even on your website. Like, video versus static pictures is better.
Well, people are inherently, drawn to video because they can picture themselves in that environment then. They see people having a good time and they're like, hey, that looks like fun. Look at what, they're walking in, they got the props and they're smiling and they're giggling back and forth.
Yeah.
I could do that, and getting that content. Now also, if you have screens, they could be gathering that content. And if you have screens for your DJ side, you could be throwing up some of these photos because people love to see themselves on the big screen.
Oh yeah.
I'm famous. Look at me. They have me up on the screens. And there's times where I'll actually stream the photos from the photo booth during, the event, so people can see what's going on in the photo booth. And they're like, oh, hey, look, there, there's, Cousin Mary or Aunt June or something like that, So you create that energy also, and people want to be part of that, and they're more in tune to then get involved when they see others. It's the crowd mentality. If a crowd is running one direction, you're not really going to see many people running the opposite direction. They're going to turn and run with the crowd. So if they see everybody having fun or out on the dance floor, or there's a big line at the photo booth. They're going to want to check it out, and it's going to pique their curiosity.
Yep. So, Simeon, what are you doing marketing wise for your business right now?
Well, I was on the company that we should not name anymore, but the Knot. But I did quit them earlier this spring. Had yeah, right. I just didn't have the turnover rate that I used to with them. Past few years, I went back and looked into who booked me from where, and I just wasn't getting the return I should have gotten for what I'm paying for it. So, and I also noticed that a lot of my events were mainly referrals or word of mouth. So I started focusing more. I took my money out of that, and now I'm reinserting that into Google AdWords. I did pause it. I got to actually start reactivating it now. Pause it during the summer. Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Get together on that.
You were the one that helped me realize that, okay, summertime, probably not a great time to start, it's not wasting money, but well, it kind of is, but not many people are going to be looking for something like that right then and there. And then come closer to fall, which is what we're in now, you're going to get the holidays, but then you're also going to be heading into what we call booking season. Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, and Valentine's Day, the big proposal dates. So, and then that's where we're gonna have to bring that traffic back to our site. So that's where the majority of mine right now is going to be going, and then maybe a few Facebook, Instagram ads here and there. I've been thinking about doing a TikTok one. I'm still on the fence. Not sure exactly how that will work, and if we can find a good demographic for what we do, and what like, hey, they need a DJ. How that one's going to work, but it's mainly going to be socials and Google. I have all this footage that I've recorded with a 360 camera. That I'm gonna start. I gotta sort through and start editing and throwing on the socials. And I just purchased, it was about 2 weeks ago, a DJI Pocket 3. Well, it's a small little gimbal camera, connects to your phone. It can record in portrait and landscape. It's really cool that it can, because you just flip the screen and it starts recording in portrait mode. So it's great for Instagram.
Right.
If you're uploading a reel. So I got some content with that, and I started recording ceremonies. I just got it, and the last 2 weddings I did, I'm like, you know what? Let me set this up, and it's unbelievable because I'm 100 feet away, controlling the music, and I can see the camera from my phone, and I can control the gimbal and follow the bride down the aisle.
Oh my gosh!
And it has a wireless microphone that hooks up to the officiant, so I'm getting crystal clear audio from the bride, the groom, and the officiant. And I'm going to start using that obviously for marketing when I make my highlight reels, but it doubles as, hey, you didn't have a videographer, here's a gift from BPM Entertainment.
Okay, yeah.
We recorded your ceremony, here you go.
So so it has a lavalier that goes with it?
Yeah, so it can connect 2 wireless microphones made by DJI.
Okay.
I don't know if it looks like those can also record on the device itself. So if you wanted to record just the audio and share the vowels with them or whatever you want to do. But it also does facial tracking. So I could set it on a tripod, have it look at me while I'm DJing,
right,
and follow my face wherever I go. So if I move over here, if I go to the dance, it's following me. Right. So it kind of removes the need to have someone there, but obviously having someone there makes it a little easier. But now I have all this footage of it following me, or it following the bride and groom for the grand entrance, or if I bring it to the photo booth and kind of just let it do its thing and record, it can live stream to Facebook from this little thing. It's insane.
Well, so back to the lavalier, are you using that also for the sound?
No.
Okay, so that's just the recording.
That's just for the video.
Well, that would be good for, I think, the photo, because I've been looking for something better than me holding my camera up, because then people are like, oh, he's holding a camera, so I look over there. But if I set this inconspicuous device up,
It's
have that.
tiny too.
Yeah, that would be nice.
I'm no joke. It's I can't. It's no bigger than
A remote control, basically.
Oh, it's smaller.
Yeah.
It's small. It's so small. It's so like it's unbelievable how small. Everybody looks at it like, what is that? I was like, it's a video camera. No way.
So when you've got it, let's do a scenario here. I set it up in the photo booth area, and it's obviously you can see it on your iPhone, right? Can you, if a group goes into the photo booth area and they start taking pictures, can you through your phone
record?
Mark which face you want it to follow?
Oh yeah.
Oh wow, that's great.
Oh yeah. It's unbelievable. And I mean, I'll have my iPad set up next to me, so I have a nice big screen of the footage, and let it do its thing.
Okay. So now I have the first item that I'm going to put on my Christmas list this year that my wife can get me.
So how I've been doing it is I put a little GoPro on top of my booth.
Yeah.
To record.
And I thought about doing that too, Dave. I just again I haven't pulled the trigger on actually bringing it out, and I've seen him put that on his
roamers.
Yes.
I've seen that.
Yeah. So he's got not only the roamer, he's got the Danny Max roamer out, and then there's a sting attached. I thought it was a light, but no, it's a GoPro at the very top of his.
Well, I've actually seen him in a while back. He had the little light on top, and then on top of that, he had a GoPro.
I see there's like 5 devices stacked on top of it.
Oh, he's got to have a monopod to carry it around.
Yeah,
he does. I think a sequin monopod.
Oh, I can see that.
He's listening to this. He's like, "That's what I want for Christmas: a sequin monopod."
Right. Make sure you tag him in when we post this up, so he knows that he's gotten mentioned there.
Oh yeah, I will.
I mean, I follow all these guys. All the big names that you see, and even the smaller ones that are trying to get their name out there to learn, like what are they doing, to make theirs work better. If my wife hates it. Every day Amazon's delivering something to the house because I'm trying to make things smaller or more manageable. Like we're constantly tinkering, trying to how can I make my Curve Duo more efficient?
Yeah,
I order battery packs because I see something that looks like smaller, more powerful, and I'll try it out for my 360s or the boosts or whatever. I'm always like, do we really need that? I'm like, listen, if it doesn't work for me, I'll just give it to one of my sons and they can use it to charge their phone or carry around in their backpack.
It's a write-off.
So it doesn't go to waste per se.
It's a tax write-off at the very least. Right. I got an Amazon package yesterday. It was. I went back in time.
Wait a second. Be careful what you're talking about because we got people of all ages that watch this.
It doesn't vibrate, Dave, but it blows.
It's manual.
It's got a blower.
Oh, that's right. You did. That's right. You posted a picture of your new toy.
I saw that too. I've always been on the fence about buying one of those.
Dude, I did not want a bouncy house photo booth. That's what I call them, bouncy house photos. But enough people have been asking me for them.
Yeah, I bought one like two or 3 years ago.
Yeah, so I finally pulled the trigger. I got the LED inflatable booth. My son and I set it up on the deck just this afternoon just to make sure it works. And yeah, I got one. I went back in time. Instead of buying newer technology, I went and bought some older technology.
It really. So I use those a lot outside.
Okay.
I could see that.
So I lay a tarp down and then, put that on top of the tarp. So you're not getting grass and, it still gets dirty.
It's still going to get dirty.
Yeah. But the other nice thing is you can set up, I set up lights on the outside.
Okay.
So I have my battery lights that I use for like the 360 and extra lighting from the iPad. That they do the multicolor as well as the white, the cool and the warm. Yeah. And I'll put those on the outside and just, throw extra color onto the cube on the outside. And people I mean, it's got the lights on the inside like yours does.
Yeah.
And it looks really cool. I mean, a lot of times we're set up out and can be a little bit noisy sometimes, but it blends into the normal.
What's the music play?
Yeah. So you don't notice it as much, but I mean, I get requests for it. I mean, when I do like Sweet 16s, occasionally some weddings have asked for it.
That's what I'm thinking. Sweet 16s and like outdoor events and just stuff like that. But there's like all this new technology coming out and all these different experiences. And I'm thinking to myself, and I think, Simeon, we were talking about this, like the AI like is really freaking cool. But I brought that out to a couple events and they're like, yeah, that's cool. Can we just have the regular pictures? I'm like,
really?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. I've had the complete opposite. I debuted the AI at my church for the festival.
Right.
I'm Greek Orthodox, and we had our Greek fest, and I made everybody look like Greek gods and goddesses or Greek fishermen and fisher ladies, and they went nuts for it. And then I ended up booking a whole bunch of. I just actually got done doing a city Halloween event, and I made kids look like ghouls and police officers and Frankenstein and all these different things, and they loved it. They
Were you printing them?
No,
they're just digital.
Straight digital.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, and the event that I did the AI for was it was the whole event was themed after superheroes, right? So I had them changing into superheroes like like Superman and Wonder Woman, and they were still just like, no, we just want the prints.
Wow.
I think it's just what crowd and audience you got that night, and that's just the audience that I had. But I figured, why not go back in time and pick something that I've been asked for before, that isn't too expensive, because I just want to test it out for a little bit, and so it was affordable.
Yeah, they're not too pricey.
Well, what other kind of things are you working with? So I know you mentioned that AI at the Greek Fest. What other kind of new experiences are you working on these days?
Mainly I've been concentrating on the AI lately. I'm getting printing's coming back on, at least over here. Post 2020, I pushed everything digital. Since 2020, I've done 4 events with prints, and 2 of them were this year.
It's like 99% print for me.
Oh,
like,
wow!
I can't get I can get some just digital, but they all want the prints.
I've noticed that it's the younger kid. If I do something for like elementary school, they don't have phones, or if they do, it's very few of them.
Yeah.
So those are the ones that tend to want really try to be adamant about getting prints. But the AI is what I really started pushing, and for Halloween especially, I think that really helped me out a lot with the Halloween events I did and used the AI. I did a few open houses for. I tried to do the firefighter by me, but we did the open house for the local police department and had all the kids look like police officers. And the parents loved it because it made their kids look older, but it also made the parents look younger.
Yeah.
They loved the de-aging, or the aging / de-aging of the AI. They couldn't believe it. And that's right now is my focus, is trying to get we can do it for. I'm trying to get it into businesses. So if we take a few pictures of the employees doing whatever they're doing behind the counter at an ice cream shop, or at a new burger joint, we can use AI and make it look like your customers are the ones behind the counter making the burgers and whatnot, and use it for marketing. So it kind of engages their customers, but it also, we're able to do data capture for marketing purposes for the business that just opened up. So it's kind of like trying to get into the corporate side, I guess you could say.
Which softwares have you tried out for AI, and what do you like?
Curator's the one. I've tried a few others, not for the AI, but I've tried a few other programs. Curator's been solid for me. I've been using it for years.
Mhm.
I was for the longest time against going to the iPad for photo booths because I didn't think a monthly service fee was, I was used
Yeah.
to paying Darkroom $300. I had it for a lifetime, and as soon as I made this, I tried it out. I got the trial from James. I tried it, and I'm like, oh, why did I do that to myself? It's just so much more work.
Mhm.
Why did I try? I tried to make Darkroom work on a tablet. And it was just the photos didn't come out as clear as I'd like them to, and it was just so much work behind the scenes. Where a
Right.
curator, you're like, blah 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 blah, done, go. Like it's so much easier.
So that's the one that
Um,
works for you. That's good.
yeah. Yeah, so that's the standard we use. That way, we're all again keep all the same. All the photo booths run off a curator. Everybody will know curator.
Yeah, that's true. Dave, have you dabbled in the AI much?
I have actually. I do quite a few events with the AI. One of the most popular ones that I did was for a candy store
Oh,
for St. Patrick's Day.
oh,
Believe it or
cool.
not. It was probably one of the ones that I got the most feedback from, but we turned the people into leprechauns.
Okay.
That's fun.
You know, there were all there were like scary leprechauns, and then you had for the girls, they could be the sexy leprechaun, or the guys, with the big orange beard and everything.
Uh-huh.
And it was really popular. But yeah, I mean, it has its place. I don't think it's known enough yet
Yeah.
that people are like wanting it.
Mhm.
Mhm.
They see it and it's great, but I don't think enough people know about it yet.
Yeah.
It's very niche.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't use it at a wedding. Let's just put it that
No.
way. Like it just wouldn't fit in.
The magazine experience, I'm using at weddings now. That's like super popular. They're like, whoa, let's do that again. Whoa, let's do that again. And that's without the big box, right? So some people have the big box
Mhm.
and they love it, but it's a big thing you got to bring in there. I was on a call with somebody today, and there's like this glare that comes off of the screen, like the plexiglass that's in the front. And he showed me the pictures of the box, and that's great. But show me the output, and then look at the output, and there was like you could see the reflection of like from the other side of people like looking at the thing. I'm like,
well, it depends. I mean, I've seen shoots where you don't even see that. But for me, I've been doing the magazine covers for years. I mean, I want to say I was doing the magazine covers like 10 years ago. With darkroom booths, believe it or not, as an overlay.
Yeah,
there it is.
Like I was doing when I was doing bridal shows, I was doing like custom wedding. Like I would just go in and change the couple's name, and then we would do the shot right there with darkroom booth. And I had my sparkle, because the sparkle backdrops were the big thing back then. And I did the magazine cover, it's your wedding day kind of thing, and had my DJ business in my photo booth business, on the cover as articles.
Yeah.
Had the little Q or the barcode at the bottom, and like they loved it.
That's actually genius. Now that I think of it, like you put your QR code in their photo that they're going to use, and it looks legit. But if someone scans it, it's taking them to your website.
It takes you right to the website. Yep.
I'm gonna have to. I like that one. I'm gonna definitely. I started doing a newspaper.
Yeah.
So it puts their face, the
cool.
picture into like a newspaper, and it says, so and so's wedding or so and so, and then has the date, the location, the city and state, and then it says, this just in, this person and this person got married, but a little article. We can customize it if they want to make it a little more custom, but it looks like a little newspaper clipping, and it's a 4x6.
For mitzvahs, I've done the Harry Potter, the daily whatever the newspaper is, and from Harry Potter, and I just use a SEPA filter, when we take the pictures, and it looks really cool. because if you're doing like a GIF or a boomerang video with that overlay, and it's like in the middle of the headlines at the top, we'd put the the person's name or whatever.
Oh, that's so cool. That's like,
and then
so if you do like the boomerang in slow-mo,
right.
it looks just like the Harry Potter newspaper.
That's actually really cool.
And actually, so my wife is a Halloween baby. So, and she likes witches and the Harry Potter stuff. And we've got wands and all kinds of, so the one mitzvah that we did, they actually, I had a background that looked like the Hogwarts, the castle.
Yeah.
And then we did the sepia, and then I had the hats and the wands, so you look like the wizard, and it came out really, really good.
That's what I'm waiting for, is when they combine the AI with the boomerang, and it's not only that they turn you into the elf, but you can animate yourself and you're still that elf.
Right. It's coming. It's coming.
Oh, it's crazy what we can do.
I know, it really is.
And it's going so fast.
I'll tell you what, it's the industry has come really far, really fast. A lot faster than what I was expecting.
It's insane. It's absolutely insane.
Like you, I was one of the ones that I fought the iPad booths, in the beginning, and I was like, no, it's just gonna be a fad, just like mirror booths. They're not gonna be popular. I mean, I still get requests for mirror booths. I still get requests for the enclosed, the retro, as I call them, like the mall type photo booths. So, it's whatever people want.
So looking into Simeon's crystal ball, we know that your crystal ball, what's showing is that you're trying to turn into multi-op, streamlining things, finding staff. Experiences wise or industry wise, where's the photo booth industry going? And because you're in Detroit, middle US, and trends are different, in different parts of the country. Like what do you see in the next year? What's happening?
I think we're gonna go a little backwards. I think we're gonna go back to, like I said, the prints. People are gonna want that physical copy again. But I don't think digital is going anywhere. They're gonna have that. They're gonna still want the digital, but they love that. They want to have that physical again. And then it's gonna be more of, hey, like the props are gone. I don't know about you guys, but with me, I haven't done a prop in 2 years. I have them. I don't bring them with me. They never ask for them. Everybody's looking for they can be silly without them. I don't even do the digital ones. I ask if they like, they say, no, we're good. So I think we're going to be getting into more of the magazine, like back to the whole magazine. They want that nice, like clean, simple, is I guess what we would call it. So I started with the newspaper. I was actually going to start doing the magazine cover as well. I think that's what people are going for now with the photo booths. At least that's what they in my area, what they're looking for. They're not looking for that silly. Let's put on all these boas and get really dressed up and look funny. Yeah, I think that's kind of gone away for right now in our area, and we're heading towards that more formal glam type photo booth experience. Yeah.
Dave, what are you thinking?
I see more of the glam. I'm getting more requests for the glam.
Yeah.
The classic style, black and whites, that kind of stuff. I have seen a decline in the retro booths requests, and believe it or not, my 360 requests are actually on the rise again now too.
Yeah.
But that kind of ebbs and flows. So
I think it's all going to do that. I saw a post today. Someone was looking for the flip book, right? And
I saw that.
That was way back when, and somebody wants it. Right. So,
I mean, I think you're still going to see. You're going to see flip books. You're going to see the mosaics. those kinds of things, and also the trading cards now for
the trading cards
for corporate events and things like that. So,
are you making trading cards yet, Dave?
I have done them, yeah.
Okay.
How do you guys do those?
So essentially, you're doing your pictures on one part of your say strip,
like the front
or your print, and then
the
the bottom part or the back part is on the bottom part. So all you're really doing is just folding it and putting it in the little cover.
And which printer and paper size are you using for that?
I haven't done one in a while. We were using the RX1s the last time we did it, and but I know people that are using the new DNPs that are able to do it.
Is it the QW10 or somebody said it had to be 5x7 paper?
Well, it depends. It depends on what kind you're going to do.
Right.
You can get the cases in different sizes.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, I'll have to take a look at that. That's something that's piqued my interest of all the trading cards. I
kind of like that too, because I have a lot of in my city. There's a lot of family-friendly kids events, and I really want to try and get in on those. And trading cards, I think, would be a great way to do that.
Corporate golf outings, right?
Oh yeah, I do a lot of golf outings.
Yeah, and mitzvahs, they're always sports team, whether it's basketball or baseball or hockey or sometimes football. But that's synonymous, right? Because that's what trading cards come from, sports.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to do the trading card thing. I've got a planner that I work with that gives me a lot of work, and she's like, "What else you got? What else you got?" So,
it's all about the experience. What can we offer? What's new? What's different?
Yeah.
Art, have you been using your sketch bots at all lately?
Not lately. I've been so busy with normal events that I haven't brought them out probably in a couple months. I actually have to update the software on my iPad, and there's apparently some new stuff on there that some new features that I'm just like, oh, I'm just so backed up. But no, I haven't. It's on my list of things to break out and update all the software and everything and bring those out. But when I bring those out, people love them. They absolutely love them.
Right.
I had a corporate event. You saw we did it with the Alzheimer's. They thought that was really cool. I did it for another corporate event last year, but this year they did the superhero theme, which is when I brought the AI instead. They said, let's do something different. I'm like, okay, well, I got this AI thing. We can turn you on to superheroes. But no, not yet. That's on my list of things to do. Get the sketchbots back out. Because it is cool, the sketchbots. Have you ever played with the sketchbox, Simeon?
I have not. But it intrigues me quite a bit.
That's something that I think is gonna be like coming more known, because Picture Mosaics, they actually have a deal. They're in like I think every Crayola factory.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So kind of like the way that I think 360s are coming back, because when you go to New York City, there's one on every corner. You go to Las Vegas, LA. So all these like people that are vacationing are seeing the 360. So when they come back to their small towns, they're like, hey, can we get that thing for our party here in this small town? They want that experience. I think you're going to see the same thing with the sketchbots, because now that more people are actually touching and feeling, because it's a touch and feel type of product. Like, it's hard to sell it by just showing them a video of what it does. But when they actually see it in person and seeing that robot arm actually drawn, they're like, whoa, that is cool. And they're videotaping. Every person is videotaping that experience. I definitely think the sketchbots is something that it's going to take a little bit more, but it's coming.
Yeah, because I noticed that they're now doing them in color.
Yes.
Which
cool.
Which is very cool.
Yeah, and it's not the perfect portrait, right? But that's not how you sell that experience. The way you sell that experience is that it's a simple sketch, right? It's like 60 seconds or less. And it's the experience of watching your picture being processed into that simple sketch and then actually drawn in front of you, which is the cool part. And not to downplay having a sketch artist at an event, because they're cool. Like having a live sketch artist is so natural and organic, but even their sketches aren't accurate. Like they're just awkward looking renditions of you. And I think the sketch bots are actually a lot more closer to what you look like than having a cartoon artist drawing you on the spot. So, well, we talked about a bunch of different stuff. We talked about what's coming down the pike. We got marketing. We talked about the DJI Pocket 3. Is that what you called it?
Yep.
That's really cool. I'm looking into that.
Costco.
What's that?
Costco is going to be your best deal on that.
Costco?
Yeah.
I got to buy a Costco membership first.
No, you don't.
What do you mean?
I can hook you up.
No, they scan. I'll go to jail, man.
No. I'm a member. There's one down. There's, they're all over the place. We can go with my membership.
Okay. So we're going to take a road trip.
We'll do a road trip.
Yeah.
The Art and Dave show on the road. That's a comedy show in and of itself.
Always. Speaking of road trips, I'm making a road trip in 2 weeks. I'm going to Vegas.
What
Wedding MBA. I'm going to Wedding MBA. Yep.
Okay.
So looking for it. And apparently they looked at the floor plan. It's like half of this photo booth stuff.
Wow.
It's crazy. Yeah. Well, not half, but it seemed like it was half.
Well, I mean, yeah, you got DJ companies that are there, and manufacturers, DJ convention. Except that now you've got photographers there, and you've also got
planners,
wedding planners.
Mm-hmm.
There also.
Yeah, planners, florists show up.
Yep.
The decorating companies, they show up to that. So
Right.
yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Definitely looking forward to it. I'm gonna try and see. I messaged Jason Whaley earlier today.
Okay.
Because I'm there a couple days before the show starts, so I might see if he'll let me in his office. Let me in. I want to see your operations.
Jason's a good guy.
Mm-hmm.
And him and Lap, the podcast that they're doing is amazing.
Yeah, it's
They've
great.
Some great content too.
That's where actually I kind of got the thing about the nervousness. Well, actually, where you reminded me, Simeon, of nervous to when you're hiring people in the trust. She said the same thing on their podcast. Like it was hard for her for the longest time because she didn't want to give up control over the quality of their product. And you just have to do it and make sure that you've got your training protocols in place and that you have got your interview place and you're screening these people. They have a couple good episodes on interviews, right? On how to interview for staff. Have you listened to their podcast yet?
I haven't.
You must listen to it. Pro Booth Talk.
Okay. It's on, I would assume Spotify.
Spotify. I don't know if it's on Spotify. It might be.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's on Spotify.
Yeah. Podbean is where I listen to it.
Podbean.
There it is. Pro Booth Talk.
Boom.
Following now.
Yep. It's 100% worth the listen.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, they've had some great people on, like Art on there.
I was on there, blabbing away like I normally do.
Right.
I needed a muzzle.
We're good like that.
You guys let me talk. I know you guys tolerate me talking.
Yeah.
Killing me.
I don't know about you guys, but I mean, are you guys still sticking with your regular business cards, or are you guys doing anything different when you go, like, say you're meeting someone out in the street?
So I followed one of your tips, and I talked about this on the show the other day of putting your QR code on the phone. On the phone, yep. I gave you props on that. Just a QR code on my business card, a QR on my phone. So far, that's
Okay.
it. Business cards. What are you doing?
The digital business cards.
Oh,
so the NFC chips. Like you get these custom cards made. They're like $20.
Okay.
It looks like a regular business card. It's like, but it's made of plastic or wood. You can get them fancy, real fancy, depending on how much you want to spend. But you don't have to carry a stack of business cards anymore because everybody has. Yeah, you tap it on their phone.
Oh wow.
And it downloads all your information, whatever you program the card to do. The one in particular I use is Mobilo.
That's right.
It also does lead generation. So if I'm at a convention or a bridal show, I can put my QR code up and they scan the QR code. It'll immediately download my contact information to their phone, then ask them all the questions to lead for the lead, and it will text me when it's crazy. It gives me this whole list that I can put in Excel, download it in Excel, and it's completely free.
It's completely free?
It's completely, you just pay for the card. And
it's
there's
like
no monthly service.
How long did it take you to get the card?
Like a couple weeks.
Couple weeks? Oh man, this would be great to have. I'm gonna have to get one of those.
I have a metal one made, and I also have this plastic one I keep in my wallet at all times.
And it's $20 like each, so you got to make sure you're not losing this thing.
Yeah, so if you have, here's the cool thing: you can actually, man, this thing does so much now, and they're constantly adding more. But you're able to have staff have their own cards and program them the way you need them to work.
Interesting.
So if you're sending them out.
Yeah, walk me through a scenario with staff. How would that work?
So say you have a photo booth manager. Like, all right, you're taking your step back, you're letting them handle it all. They have their own special card that, hey, this is the photo booth manager. You're going to a wedding show. I'm programming your card now to be a lead generation. You talk to someone, there you go. And then it's coming from them.
Oh, so you could actually reward them for the leads that come in. Incentivize.
It's insane. I mean, it does lead generation, business card, personal landing page, or you can have it go to a website direct.
Okay. Wow, that's pretty powerful.
It is.
I know that's one of the things we talked about in Chicago, but it's so much stuff going on, and I forgot about it. So thank you for bringing that back up.
I have a couple of those cards. I mean, I bought mine probably 5 or 6 years ago when the NFC, when these just came out, and I had one in my wallet. The other, I lost it, but I know I have another one here in my office somewhere in a drawer, and it's just a clear, about the size of a credit card with the NFC chip in the middle, and I had it all programmed with all my information and everything.
Well, I
got to take it back out.
The Mobilo, when you order it, you can also add key fobs, so it'll be an NFC fob on your keychain.
Oh, cool!
And then stickers, NFC stickers, so that you can stick them right to your photo booth.
Huh.
And it's like, hey, can we get a card? Be like, just tap here.
Wow, the sticker.
Just tap here.
I've got the QR sticker on the side of my booth.
Okay.
That people can scan, and it'll take them right to the website.
This is even better. They don't have to worry about their camera and then clicking. Yep. Just boom, done.
Yep. They just tap. And good to go.
Are anybody afraid that you're going to steal their information or their credit card info?
The only people I seem to have that issue with is, for lack of a better term, boomers.
Boomer, I haven't heard that term in a while.
They seem to be scared that I'm going to steal their life savings somehow.
Yeah.
But it doesn't work that way.
Yeah. Oh man. That's cool. What else you got? What other cool things you got under your sleeve there?
I just started dabbling more with those battery generators.
Yes.
I purchased one recently from an Amazon store called Woot. I don't know if you ever heard of Woot. It's almost like a clearance site. It used to be its own thing. Then Amazon bought it. Now it's part of Amazon.
I get my daily Woot emails from monkeys.
Yep. They had a battery generator on there. It was a 2,000 watt generator. Normally around 2,000 to 2,500. The only place I could find this one was on QVC for 2,500. They had it for 500.
Whoa.
Okay, I bought it.
Yeah.
I ended up powering my DJ speakers and my controller and everything Did it our block party. I was like, I'll provide sound. Plugged it in. I could have plugged into my house. I'm like, let's give this a test run. Played music for 10 hours.
Holy
With
cow!
my two, if you know DJ speakers, my two RCF J8s, my Mixstream Pro Go, and a Mackie mixer.
What's the
all
name of
plugged
the
in like
generator?
10 hours, and it had 30% battery life.
What's the name of the generator that you got? What
It
brand?
was Pongo, Pongo. It's an off brand. It is, but it had the LifePo 4 battery, which is what you want.
Yeah.
And I wish I would have bought two. We had a blackout here, and it ran our refrigerator for 14 hours.
Oh wow!
During the blackout, a full size refrigerator.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, I just got the EcoFlow Delta 2 based on your recommendation, Dave.
Yep.
That's a good one. I have that too.
Yeah, and I ran that last weekend, and I still had like 75% left. I only ran it for the printer. I just wanted to test for printing because my photo booth I run all battery, like the battery packs. But 75% of the battery was left after a 5-hour printing event.
And now we don't have to worry about taping cables anymore.
Nope, no more cables, no more taping at all. It's wonderful. Gaff companies are going to be so pissed.
Yeah, Gaff are the best. I would definitely, if you are able to, get one that's at least a 2000, because one, you never know when you're going to need it in your house, but two, it's going to last. Right. I mean, it's good. You could go all weekend without having to charge it.
Oh, geez, that's awesome. That's gold right there. So Mobilo, Pongo, anything else that ends in an O that we should be getting?
Off the top of my head, I can't really. Yeah.
That's cool. Well, Simeon, thank you so much for coming on, man. I know it's tough to get you permission out of the household duties to come down, and so I know it's late. So hopefully I'll see you again. When are we going to see you in person again? I guess you going to any show?
Marquee for sure.
Marquee.
If you go to Marquee, I'll be there. That's one I'm always going to be at.
Okay.
I can't. I'm a 4-hour drive from Chicago.
Yeah, that's right.
That's the.
Yeah, you can't beat that.
No, you really can't. And it was my first show, so that I was like, I got to support it. Casey's been great, so
yeah. Casey's an awesome guy. He really is.
And then I tried another show this year. It was very small. It was Midwest.
Okay.
Midwest. It was great knowledge and everything like that. But too small for my liking.
Gotcha.
It was it was just too small. I wanted something a little more options, because once a speaker started, there's really nothing else you could do. Like you had to be at that. Whereas Marquee, you had the main speaker, but then you had all these breakout rooms for different, you had Curator doing their thing, or Danny doing another thing, or Mentor Pods doing another thing, so it had options for you, depending on what you needed. So I'll definitely be there again for that.
Cool. Well, I'll see if I can make it out to Marquee again next year. It's tough because it's my son's birthday that week, and I missed it this year. 2 years in a row, I might be sleeping out in my new.
Bring him with.
I'll be sleeping in my inflatable photo booth if I do this.
Bring him with you. He'll love Chicago.
He's still in school. They've got like
in June.
He's up to school. Yeah.
It's end of June.
No, you're right. No, he doesn't. That's right. I keep thinking of something else. No, I don't know. We'll see. I did get an American Airlines companion ticket, but we'll see. We'll see.
Get him started in the world of photo booths and DJs. Let him see how crazy we really are.
He's more of a Sketchbox guy. He's like all into tech, like robotics and stuff like that. So
that is a really cool. I'm gonna look into the Sketchbot.
Yeah, it's worth it. It's a lot of fun, and I'm glad I got him early, and that I know it, because when it's time to bring him out again, I've got the stuff sitting there, and I can whip him out and have a good time. So. Well, thanks again for coming on, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys.
Dave, any last words before we close it out? Because Halloween's tomorrow, and I gotta get my.
No, I mean, this weekend is really crazy, if you're out and about, especially tomorrow. If you're out, make sure you have reflective clothing. If you're walking around with the kids, be safe.
Yeah.
If you're doing photo booths, make sure you scare the heck out of anybody that comes through your booth. Have fun. That's it.
And then we'll see you guys next episode. All right. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you. And
take care.
Whenever it is, we'll be there. Bye, guys.
That's it.